Breaking today, I've had enough. King Charles simply has to strip Prince Harry and Meghan Markle of their titles. Not only have they instigated this sick and twisted plan to steal all of the attention away from Trooping the Colour this summer, there is the release of a really unbecoming new video on Meghan Markle's Instagram page. This, by the way, comes after a flurry of posts where she is monetizing her 4-year-old daughter, Lily, with highly personal pictures of both Meghan and Harry. But now, later on in the day, after bombarding social media with all of these posts, we get a video. And this video will shock you, not because it's anything particularly wrong, but because it is just so unbecoming for this couple who at one point were representative of the British royal family. So Meghan Markle posted on this, 4 years ago today, this also happened. Both of our children were a week past their due dates. So when spicy food, all that walking and acupuncture didn't work, there was only one thing left to do. Something left to do that I think probably should have been kept private. But today, Meghan has decided that she wants the whole world to see her husband and herself acting like this. We'll get reaction from my superstar panel, Alex Phillips and Father Calvin Robinson. But first, oh my goodness, watch this.
I've been pregnant for way too long. I tell the DJ turn it off.
If she a baby mama,
Go ahead.
she gon' do that baby mama.
Work.
She gon' put it on you. She gon' do that baby mama. Drop,
Drop
drop,
it down, drop
drop,
it down, down low.
drop,
Drop it down, drop it down, down low.
drop,
Drop it down, drop it down, down low. Do the baby mama when I step out on the floor. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, oh. Hit the baby mama when I'm stepping through the door. Yeah, I'm pregnant, but I got an ill flow. Tryna make some money, buy some huggies from the store. S to the T-A, double R-K, to the E-I-S-H-A. And I don't play, doing my way. Preggo, but I'm still doing moves like Beyonce. Yeah, I said I'm pregnant, give the child support and pay my rent. Pay my rent, your opinion is irrelevant, cause I'm a baby mama, I can do just what I wanna. Turn up.
If she a baby mama, she gon' do that baby mama.
Work.
She gon' put it on you. She gon' do that baby mama. Drop,
Drop it down, drop it down, down low.
drop,
Drop it down, drop it down, down low.
drop,
Drop it down, drop it down, down low. To the baby mama.
Enough. Honestly, I have had enough of this absolute mortifying, embarrassing rubbish from people who remain in the line of succession, from people who continue to use HRH titles, for people who say that they're the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Meghan is slut dropping there with her bump because she's so concerned about the fact that many people have got wise to the fact that it's probably not real, including Liz Jones in the Daily Mail, who has said that she needs to come out publicly and actually prove that she did give birth to those children. But put that to one side. This is gross and grim and deranged on every level. Prince Harry allowing a video like that, so private, to be put into the public domain to try and make some sort of point is equally awful. And what this shows now is that these two are actually not even on the D list, they are on the Z list. Every single project they have touched has turned to shit, and this for me is a final straw because there is nothing royal about this. These two are now an international embarrassment for the royal family, and I really, really do think that the time has come to strip the titles.
Meghan Markle, who claimed to be in a hospital delivering a child, was filmed days earlier doing a very energetic, very non-pregnant dance in public. No visible baby bumps. No signs of physical restriction. Just full body movement.
Father Calvin Robinson, Alex Phillips, please help me here. I mean, Father Calvin, what was that about? We're meant to be classy.
I can't believe you made us watch that.
I apologize.
That was atrocious. That's so sad, isn't it? The first thing I thought when I saw it is, oh, she's trying to prove that she was pregnant, because there have been all these rumors for so long that she didn't actually give birth to those children. But it didn't even look like she was truly pregnant in the video. It was weird. The ball that she was holding while she was dancing. I've not seen any pregnant woman dancing in that way. Then again, I'm not really surrounded by women that would dance in that way. It was uncouth. It's not something I'd expect of a princess. But then again, she's not really a princess, is she? She's married into the royal family, and well, you can put a lipstick on a pig, right?
Alex Phillips?
Yeah, what the hell is in that bump? Half of Wembley Stadium. Like, what is it? I don't. That doesn't make sense. I'm looking at that and I'm like, I don't. Like, what? How many babies did she have? It doesn't, to me, actually, I never bought into the conspiracy theory that she was never pregnant. But looking at that, I'm beginning to think that's some fat suit she's borrowed from Hollywood. It just doesn't look normal, does it? But I mean, look, she just wants to be a Kardashian, doesn't she? She just wants to be famous in any way possible. She wasn't a particularly good actress. You know, she opened those boxes on Deal or No Deal. She had bit parts. She is just desperate for people to know her, admire her, like her, think she's beautiful, think she's fun, think she's cool, thinks her marriage is the best marriage in the world, her husband's the best husband in the world. I mean, he looks like a gimp. What on earth is that? I mean, you know, I just, these, they don't really bother me. I'm just not interested in them, frankly. I'm just not interested in them. They don't want to sit around making dance videos, and I'm just let them get on with it.
See, they bother me because they still have these titles. They bother me because they're still in the line of succession, even though they're not able to prove that she actually gave birth to those children. They bother me because they use the HRH titles. Honestly, Father Calvin, for me now, I think the pressure is just going to continue to ramp up when it comes to Charles. Like, I understand what he's going through. I understand that in the final years of his life, he doesn't want to take on this battle. But what, he's going to leave it to William to deal with these two? It's very
William's
simple.
going to deal with that, isn't he?
Well,
Let's be
he
fair,
will,
William
but
will deal
why
with that.
should he? But how much damage might they do, Alex, in the interim? Do you see what I mean? Like, I just feel like you are Kardashians, absolutely. Why not, Father Calvin, just put the bill to Parliament now? Just strip them.
Well, this is
just
it.
strip them of their titles. I'm done. I'm done.
If there's one thing you can count on a Labour government for, it's for admonishing the royalty in any way. And the Conservatives would find this very, very difficult to relinquish both Harry and Meghan of their titles. The Labour Party, I don't think they would. I think they would push this through without a problem. So if King Charles or Prince William do want this to happen, now is the time to make it happen over this next 4 years while there's still a Labour government in power.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, I just feel like, Alex, it can't go on when we know that she's using the HRH title, which actually, by the way, breaks the Sandringham Summit. So is there not an argument, Alex, to say, okay, we know that you've broken that summit now, that Sandringham Summit rule now. So that can be the moment when we say, oh, something has to change.
Dan calls it mortifying, and honestly, he's being generous. Because if this timeline is real, it blows open every Moonbump theory that's been floating around for years. Alex Phillips doesn't hold back. She accuses Meghan of using a Hollywood-style prosthetic, a Moonbump, to stage the pregnancy. And if that sounds far-fetched, just take a look at the footage. It's not just a flat stomach. It's a performance. It's acting. It's PR. And it's eerily precise.
You know what? Leave that sick king of ours alone. He's got, you know, he does his best. He is that boy's father after all, and he's trying to keep the peace. And like I said, at some point, William's going to come in, and we all know where William stands on this. And you know that the general public aren't so stupid that they look at Harry and Meghan and think that that's a reflection of the royal family. You know, in every single country, when people are polled, they love William, they love Kate, they love the idea of the royals, and they think those two are just jokes, which they are. It's gone beyond the when they were making accusations about the royal family being racist and abusive. That was dangerous. That was a problem. At that point, after that Oprah interview, I think the royal family should have said no more. Well, they shouldn't really be using HRH and stuff anyway, should they?
100%.
But that was the point to me, that I was like, you're actively trying to harm the head of state of the United Kingdom and of Canada and Australia and of New Zealand and of Jamaica and of Antigua and, you know, many other countries in the world, and the head of the Commonwealth. You're actively trying to destroy that. And then this is just like, oh, they're just Burks, aren't they? Let them get on with it. I don't care.
No, I do understand the point that you're making, Alex, although I think it would actually be the most popular political decision a government could make right now, actually saying, yep, we're going to...
that bullshit thing, do it. Leave him alone. He ain't got long left and he doesn't want to have a massive blow up.
No, that is it. That is absolutely it. That's why. That is complete. I mean, you are completely right. That is why. But then I also think they do such petty and pathetic things. And this was the latest. exist. So it was just announced yesterday, leaked to Meghan's favourite magazine, People in the US, Meghan Markle to be honoured at LA's Natural History Museum Gala. The Duchess of Sussex will take the stage at the Natural History Museum's Night of Wonder Gala. This is on the 14th of June at Natural History Museums of Los Angeles, and the garden-themed event highlights the Duchess of Sussex's work empowering women and underserved communities. Meghan and Prince Harry are stepping out more, building connections in Los Angeles, blah, 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 blah. So it's one of those typical Hollywood events. But, and this is the big but, it's the day of Trooping the Colour. And this is what the Daily Mail now refers to as Sussex distraction techniques, which is every single time there is a major event in the royal calendar, or there is something that King Charles is trying to draw attention to, or Prince William is trying to draw attention to, they will do their absolute best to distract from it, to take away the attention from it. And again, I just feel like that's so wrong, because Father Calvin, you know that they will do something on that night to steal the attention from Trooping the Colour. You just know it. And if they had any respect, they would do it on one of the multiple other Saturdays across the summer where the royal family are not doing anything.
Indeed, but the problem is they don't realise how irrelevant they are. Trooping of the Colour is one of the greatest moments in the British calendar. I was very fortunate enough to have been invited once to the Queen's birthday, actually, and we were in the palace for the Trooping of the Colour. It's probably the highlight of my life. It was a wonderful experience. The whole of the country is looking towards Buckingham Palace on the Trooping of the Colour. Nobody cares that Meghan's being honoured by who again? For what again?
Exactly. Well, actually, I've got some juice on this, because everyone's like, what the hell? Like, what is she been honoured for? Why? How has this happened? And Remy Lard's source, who's doing some brilliant work on X, found out, for those wondering why Ms. Markle has been honoured, her longtime attorney, Rick Ginau, is the co-chair of the gala. According to Taz, posted, oh, well, this makes sense. Meghan's latest accolade has her long-term business lawyer on the board. It doesn't take a genius to work out why Meghan has been honoured again on the same day as Trooping the Colour, the King's official birthday. How utterly predictable.
Alex calls it fakery on a royal scale. And this time the footage might finally back it up. Father Calvin Robinson brings a deeper, more ethical take. He's not just talking about the optics, he's talking about the values behind it. If Meghan faked her pregnancy, or allowed the public to believe a lie, what else has been fabricated? He calls it a spiritual deception, an abuse of trust. And when you're dealing with royalty, that trust is everything.
And I guess it was totally predictable, Alex Phillips. But at the same time, you know where I'm at.
They try and hang off a news hook, don't they? They won't get in the press unless, all the pictures that are going to be of Kate looking wonderful, the three young prince and princesses, princes and princess there, all the lovely photos of our royal family. They're like, oh, we got to get in there. We got to, that's a great opportunity. We're also doing, who cares? I mean, what, like you said, what is she being honoured for? What's she done? I don't know what she's done. She brought out a cookbook with people from Grenfell Tower is the only thing I can think of. Otherwise, she just likes to walk around as a massive narcissist. And I just wish, I wish the UK press just went, we can't be bothered printing stories about them anymore because they're just not that interesting. I don't find them interesting, but clearly people out there do find them interesting, which is why they get coverage. People love to hate, So, oh God, we're having to look at that again, damn it.
I can't take my eyes off it.
What is going to come out of that bulge? What is it?
I think he's embarrassed. Do you notice she's loving the limelight? She's loving the camera on her. He's really not. I think he's embarrassed by the whole thing.
Yeah, he sort of goes along with this, but come on, Father Calvin, he's cucked. He's pathetic. He's not acting like a real man. I'm sorry, do you think that word is very rude? But you know what I'm saying. Emasculated. Is that more appropriate?
Yeah, he is acting very effeminate. He is just going along with whatever but that's been the whole story from the beginning, isn't it? That he's gone along with her the entire way. And this is part of the problem. If he had stood up to her as a man and said, no, this is my family, this is my country, how dare you? Then maybe it would have been an entirely different story. But he doesn't have that in him, does he? Bless him.
Well, look, the great thing about this video, I mean, as I say, it's literally just been released while we're on air. So we are reacting live in real time with you. But from everything that I'm seeing on social media and from all of the messages that I'm receiving, it's actually folks saying, oh, I didn't necessarily buy what you were saying before on this, Dan, but like, that's not a real bump. So actually, I think maybe it's just completely backfired on these two. But anyway, Alex Phillips, Father Colin Robinson, so brilliant to have you together today on the Superstar panel. Really, really appreciate it, and have a wonderful week. We will speak next week.
Dan does what mainstream media won't. He digs into the receipts. According to the timeline, Meghan was supposed to be in labor or recovering when this video was shot. But she's clearly mobile, unbothered, and very much not in maternity mode. We've heard rumors. We've seen weird photos. But this is the closest thing to hard evidence the Moonbump crowd has ever had. And here's where it gets really sinister. Dan points out that mainstream outlets are ignoring this video entirely. Why? Because it disrupts the Sussex-friendly narrative. It suggests Meghan might have lied about a pregnancy. And that's too hot for the press to touch. Meanwhile, the public is outraged. Social media is lighting up with disbelief. The hashtags are back. The questions are louder. And the palace? Still silent. This isn't about attacking Meghan. It's about transparency, credibility, and accountability. The video is real. The timeline is real. And the silence is deafening. You can't build a global brand on motherhood, healing, and authenticity, and then potentially fake the very thing that launched it all. If this is what it looks like, the fallout could be irreversible.